Hello everyone. I'm going to have a very quick description of my web project, which is a web project for map builders. Um, the target for my project is to build a build a web program that is able to build a web as you want and do some spatial analysis in its final target. In this program, I haven't finished it, um, but I built some of it. Um, the most part that I haven't finished is the spatial analysis part, which is the building of the backend program. We need to include many libraries, many already built functions in our lab to make it possible. The reason I built this web project is web is very convenient for users to use and for the developer to update it. Because as we know, once we update the program, if it is not on the web, users should download the program and use it um, locally. But if we put the code on the web, we can just simply send our update and the user can use it directly if he has the internet connection. And the reason we built this project is we have so many codes that are in our lab, but they are hard to use. We don't have an interface. If the user wants to use that code, he needs to understand those codes and try to change the arguments for the function, and it makes the work rather complicated. To simplify this, the best way is to build an interface and just simply change the input for the interface, and the user can get their result. So I do the work for interpreting the functions and understanding those complicated Java codes. And for the user, he don't need to have any Java background, but he can also use my functions. I'm going to show how this code runs by examples. So as you know, this is a very simple structure, HTML plus CSS plus JavaScript, and we also have a Java backend program, which is supported by Servlet. I'm going to show how this run as examples. Here, this is how it runs on my local computer, and as you can see, when we load it, we have a white-gray base map, which is a statement base map. We use this as default because it is not colorful and it is beneficial for us to build our own map on it. And this is the S3 word imagining remote sensing image, and also the S3 word physical map. Try to show the territory of America. We change it as this, and we can also build our own map on it. For example, I click here and I want to build a continent America map based on the online base map. So I also want to build a Coloplast map because this, you can see we don't show any attribute of our base map layer, and we input our attribute data, which is the American resident data. We try to visualize the residence here as I said here, and we try to link those two files by setting the common key, primary key, and make the map. And it is magically made here. And also change the classification method, quantile, equal interval, natural break, linear style, as you want. You can change it. Also change the color scheme by using the colorprover.css, and also change the number of class, which is not very hard, just by clicking the button, and once we click, everything is changed. And also we can set our flow map on it. First, we need to put points to build flows. So use flow send choice and set the ID, set the X, set the Y coordinate, and also the volume we set a random one because it don't have volume at all in fact in this test data. And we want to visualize flow, so we want to make a flow map and try to include the flow CSV. Set the origin ID, destination ID, and volume, make map. Whoa, it magically makes the map like this. But it's messy, right? Because I still have some errors here, because as you can see, every flow goes into our point symbol, which makes it very hard to read, but for some unknown reason. But this curve style is made successfully. And also I can change the color of it. The number of cars is as I showed you, the same. And here is how we control the number of flows that is shown on the map. We don't want to show anything because it will be very messy. We only want to show the top 3 flows originated from each node or more by setting the number here. And we can also set the min stroke width and max stroke width, as you can see here. So in the background it is changing, as you can see in the background. And I can also communicate with the backend, so we can input the JSON file. It calculates the number of features in the JSON file, and then we can also put CSV file, which calculates the number of residents in the first state. It is not very complicated, but what I'm trying to do is to make sure that communication makes sense. Alright, this is my project. So again, it is not accomplished because I haven't built the back-end codes, and also the visualization is not accomplished because I haven't included the classification method for flows. It is easy, but I don't have time to include it. And also some limitations, like the style of the interface is not very beautiful. For example, the legend part is too big and unable to close it. Well, lots of further improvements. I will improve it if I have time in the future. But this is what I try to build in 1 or 2 months. If you like it, try to log on to my GitHub account, GNGTINUIOVA. I have a portfolio here, and also CV is attached in the GitHub account. Feel free to ask me questions. My contact is included in the CV, so feel free to ask me questions. And again, if you want to see how these codes run, you can also go into my GitHub account and try to see the source code. All right, thank you for your attention. See you.